Okay, last time it was day 34 of the summer. On day 34, Harbek ordered some fine clothes and costumes, which will be ready on day 35. You guys had a meeting. Harbek started a bank account at the Many Coins Bank. Um, Rokas and Icewe visited Arcane Alley Magic Shop. Went to the Freeland District, talked to Bill, and found Cooper and Droop, as well as the kids, Tika and Geo. And that's about all I remember. Do you guys have anything to add?
Pawn shop.
Oh yeah, I went to meet Slick Rick. And where did we leave off at the end?
It was the afternoon of day 34, and we're going to start off with Harbek.
Yeah, but was he just
Harbek and,
meeting? You were just
Harbek
meeting.
and Harold are Harbek and Harold are over by the Winged Wyvern,
Yeah.
and I will ask Harbek then. Or no, I'll ask Harold.
Yeah.
At okay, which was the place that they said had sold some chains recently?
Trader George's.
Okay.
Some.
Okay, thank you. That's going to be very helpful. We're going to have to go see him fairly soon. Now I have a. Um,
We haven't gotten information back from every place yet, so
right, but that is one place that is one place that has sold chains.
yeah,
Okay. And you don't have any others right now, but they're still looking, correct?
that's right.
Okay. And so now I have I hate to do this to you, Harold, but I'm going to have to ask you to be a messenger for me, which is really below your station, but this is really important.
I see.
And I have a note here that I need you to take down to the Neverwinter Villa.
Okay.
And give it to Lord Neverwinter.
Okay.
And wait for a response, and then bring that response back to me. And I will meet you at Trader George's to reconvene with you after you get his response. And I will give you, I'm giving you 3 coppers, 1 for the carriage to get you there, 1 for the driver to wait for you, and then 1 for the driver to take you to Trader George's.
Okay.
And I apologize for turning you into a messenger. You do not deserve that.
Well,
But, I'm in a bit of a hurry, and this is important.
Now, when I go to Neverember Villa, am I to say I'm there on your business, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. And you may, if you get the response orally, it'll probably be a yes or a no, or he might decide to give you a note. I'm not sure how he will respond, but whatever it is, you can bring that back to me.
Okay.
And I do want you to know, even though I'm treating you as a messenger, which is I'm chagrined to do that. I want you to know that you have been extremely helpful, and I will be looking out. I'm not going to sully you with giving you any money at this point, but I will give you any patronage that I can. And also, if it comes out that there is some sort of a reward, you will get a fair share of that as well.
I see.
But I'm not going to demean you by giving you something like I would a normal a messenger or something like that. Okay.
I understand, my lord. Thank you for your consideration.
Okay. So then please be off on your way. This is fairly important.
Okay, so you have a letter that you've written?
Yes, a sealed letter that I give to him.
Okay, how's it sealed and stuff?
It's folded over and sealed in wax, same way you would do for medieval times.
Okay, and did you use your signet ring on the wax or
Correct.
anything like that? Okay.
Yes, that's what you do when you say something sealed in wax.
Yeah. Just making sure it says, Alexandrite Harbek, something like
Right,
that. So that okay.
exactly.
Okay, so he takes your envelope and heads down towards the Neverwinter Villa.
Right. And then I am going to very quickly step into the Hall of Justice, which is right by there.
Okay. Let's see. As you walk from the Winged Wyvern to the Hall of Justice, you're walking, right? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so as you're walking there, do a roll a perception check.
Action check.
Perception check.
Perception.
Oh, perception. Okay. 13 minus 1, 12.
All right. So you are just walking down the road. It's quite crowded. A lot of people around. You see, uh, don't take much notice of it really, but you do notice that there's a woman and her young child, that she's holding hands with. You are like walking past her, and then when you're about 20 feet away, you hear her scream, and you whip around and you see that she's holding her child's hand, but the child is being pulled down into a sewer grate, and she's screaming for help. If you would like to take an action, we'll roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
Yeah.
She'll have to
12
roll.
plus 1, 11.
11?
12 plus 1 is 13.
Oh, no, minus 1. Sorry.
Your initiative is minus?
Yeah. Well, I'm always
Really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
minus. He has a minus dexterity.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's always been
Didn't
that way.
realize that. I just didn't remember that.
Okay, what was it again? 11?
Yes.
You see the kid get like pulled down on its belly and pulled into a sewer grate, and the kid seems to get stuck, and you see the kid start whipping back and forth across the entrance. This kid's about 3 years old maybe, and
Okay.
it's a little boy getting whipped back and forth. Your initiative was lower than whatever was pulling it, and so that happened. You saw the mother wasn't able to keep a grasp on the kid, and the kid is being whipped around at this sewer entrance. But now it is your turn. You're about 20 feet away.
Okay. I'll run over to it.
Okay.
Get down on my knee, and with one hand hold on to the child, and with the other hand reach down to see what's grabbing the kid.
Okay. So when you get over to the kid and grab them, you're able to like hold them for a moment. Let's see. You can see at the ankle of the kid is a kind of barbed tentacle. It's like a sort of like an octopus's tentacle, but at the end of it, it has like a spiky barb, kind of a hook that's
Some squid
actually
have that.
okay. It's stabbed into the kid's leg a bit, and it's holding him very tightly.
Okay.
So yeah, that's what you can see. What action would you like to take here?
Okay. I have a knife.
Not sure.
Not either. Let me look at my equipment.
I will try to help you. I don't think you do. I
Okay.
only see longsword, javelin, great axe.
Right. That's all I see too. Okay. Well, I'll have to grab my sword then, and I will grab the kid's ankle, right where the tentacle has it,
Okay.
and then with my sword try to chop the piece of the tentacle off.
Okay, so you're kind of doing you kind of, so you're trying to hold the kid still, right?
Yes.
All right. So I'm gonna have it be first a strength check against whatever's grabbing the kid
Okay.
to
So I
see
do
if you
a
can hold him still, and then I will allow you if you want to attack after that. I'll let you do that also.
okay. All right. So I do athletics under strength.
Yes, you can do that. You have a +8.
Yeah. 13 plus 8, 21.
All right, let me check here. You overpower this creature that's grabbing the kid, and you are able to hold the kid still. So go ahead and do an attack roll on this tentacle.
Okay. So first I do the hit, right?
Yeah, roll d20 to hit.
Okay. 10 plus 9, 19.
That hits. Roll damage. You're using your Talon Blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 plus 6, 13.
Okay.
If I'd rolled a 1, would that mean I would have missed and hit the kid's ankle with my sword?
He cut his foot.
Because you were able to hold the kid still, I didn't give you penalties.
Okay.
But if you had failed that part, you would have had like disadvantage, and that would have been a chance to hit the kid. Okay, so as you damage it, you see it let go and recoil. Peering into the sewer grate's quite small. Even this 3-year-old couldn't quite fit in through there. So you can't see much other than darkness. But that's the end of this combat. You managed to save this little kid.
Okay.
The mother runs over and starts hugging her kid away. The kid is bleeding out of his leg. There's a kind of a nasty gash from the tentacle uh, barb, and she's just hugging the kid and crying. And after a little bit, she says, thank you, sir."
Uh, no problem, lady.
And she starts taking off her necklace, and she says, "Here, for your gallant rescue. Thank you. Take this."
Not at all. I don't take gifts like that. Thank you very much, but your good graces will suffice.
Oh, thank you. May I know your name, sir?
I'm Lord Harbek.
Oh, my lord. And she kind of bows her head, so she's not making eye contact anymore. The kid is just crying. She says, I will tell my son Ken that your Lord Harbek was the one who saved him."
Okay. Well, good day to you, lady, and please take care of the child.
I will, thank you.
Oh, can you tell me, has this ever happened before?
I've never heard of this happening.
Okay, I didn't either. Just wanted to make sure. So this is something relatively new then.
Yes, you see some of the Neverwinter Guard finally start coming over. People are like shouting and directing them over, and
Okay.
they come by and check out the kid and stuff. You
Okay.
can you can
I want,
leave if you want, or you can talk with them.
I want to talk with whoever's the head guard there.
So they just seem to be normal guards who just showed
Right.
up.
But
Um,
whoever's in charge, I understand they'll all have the same rank.
yeah, they're both basically the same. Okay, one of them says,
Whoever's the senior.
yeah, okay, one of them says, "Yes, my lord."
Okay, this is nothing you've heard of before or seen before.
We have suspicions that there were something in the sewer that's attacked
Right.
some people, but we haven't had anyone grabbed like this before.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you for your
Very good.
help, my lord.
You are quite welcome. And you,
We'll get this kid to a medic.
all right. And I think also I would suggest that you let people know to stay away from the sewer covers like this. If
Yeah.
there's something like that down there,
Yes,
so tell people not to walk by them.
we'll start
Look
having
around them.
announcements till we can get someone to take care of it.
Okay, good.
Okay, thank you, my lord. And they start, taking care of the people there. And you see the other guard is starting to warn everyone around in the street.
Right.
Okay,
Sounds good.
so you keep walking over to the Hall of Justice, and you're able to get there without any more interruptions.
Okay. And I get there and who's at the gate? At the door, rather?
There are just some guards there.
Okay, I tell them I need to see the Lord Justicor.
Okay. So you are brought in to a waiting room, and after a bit, you find the Lord Justicar is brought out to greet you. I'm looking for the section here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, Lord Justicar Andre Galanis meets you and brings you into his office. Says, hello again, my lord Harbek.
This will be very quick.
I see.
Do you know anything about the Tome of Magnus?
The Tome of Magnus, the magic shop.
Yeah.
Have not been there myself, but I have heard it is the premier magic item store in the city.
Well, I'm just a little curious. Now, I have not been there yet. I'm planning on going there. But according to what I have heard, and notice it's only what I've heard, that it looks like, or it seems like, there is a snake who has hypnotized somebody there. And that sounds like that would be something that could be evil. And I'm sort of surprised that something that close to the Hall of Justice would allow evil like that to exist. So I'm just a little bit confused
A snake
as to what's
hypnotized.
going on there.
I've not heard of a snake hypnotizing people. I'm not that familiar with the store, but I do know that wizards often have familiars.
Right.
It may be that he is in control of the snake.
So you think he's probably going out of his body and into the snake.
Yes. That is what I don't know too much about wizards,
Right. But a
but
wizard
I
could
believe they do
just not,
have familiars.
okay, so a wizard could do that and still not be evil then, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, that's what I was trying to
Now,
find
may I
out.
ask you, have you found any information on the murders?
I have a little bit, yes.
Any parties you are suspicious of? Or anything like that?
Um, there are my compatriots have found a number of people that are rather suspicious, but they're also in the area where the bodies were found by Baker's Nest.
I
So
see.
just about anybody around there that is suspicious. I am a little bit surprised that one of the people from the shrine seems to go over there quite a lot. One of the priests name's Carl. I have nothing concrete against him. I just find it surprising that a priest would be spending so much time in the beggar's nest. I don't think that's a suspicion.
All right.
That's
Well,
fine.
we have the shrine over there with a few priests in order to help out the less fortunate people. If
I
he's going to Beggar's Nest to help people, then that would be normal. Are you saying he's doing something nefarious?
I have no proof he's doing anything nefarious.
I see.
I was
Well,
just a little
if he's doing
surprised.
his
I was just
duties
a little
properly, it should be fine that he's spending time there if he's helping the
okay.
the poor.
Okay, I have not been around there enough to be able to say whether he is or is not doing that at this point.
Is there anything else about him that made you suspicious?
Um,
I haven't met him myself, so I have no reference.
he's he doesn't seem like he's all that interested in helping people. He had more of a negative attitude toward the people as opposed to wanting to help them. But again, that's I I'm getting this secondhand from my compatriots, so I don't think it's fair for me to cast judgment at this point until I've actually met the man myself.
I see. Well, um, I put my faith in you, Lord Harbek, as a paladin of Tyr, that you know what's right. If you find some evidence, I will back you.
Okay, thank you. And that's all I wanted to know. So I will leave you to your good office.
Okay, thank you for your help, Lord Harbek. Also, one other thing. I
Yes.
have. I figured I might as well inform you of this. I've heard that other than the um, red priest. What is it? Sorry. The red wizard of Thay that you encountered, the necromancer.
Oh, yes.
I have heard information from the east that they may be rising again. Uh, it seems that the Aglarond Trading Company, which is in control of much of the kingdom of Aglarond, they are reporting in Waterdeep that they're having they have found evidence of the Red Wizards of Thay uh, seem to be banding together again. It's something that we're concerned about. And I believe that Heidi Rockbreaker, our resident paladin, may be headed east to investigate. That would
Okay.
leave you as the only paladin in the city.
Okay.
Just thought that might be important information for you. She's
Okay. So
affiliated with the Order of the Gauntlet, so
right.
she may um go together with her compatriots to try to find out if there's a new group of necromancers rising up. That would be a big problem, obviously.
Yes, definitely.
But locally here in Neverwinter, uh, it shouldn't affect us too much.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so he lets you go, and did you just want to exit the Hall of Justice?
Yes.
Okay, so I think it's a good time to flip back to Rokas and Icewe.
Okay.
Yeah, you're over in the Scar. And what would you like to do next? Icewe,
Oh
any
boy.
ideas?
I think maybe we'll go to the big tap and
Oh,
Yeah, Icewe, keep
bef-
going.
I thought we'd go to the big tap and have a beer and see if we can listen in on any conversations or see if the Rat Pack is there.
All right. Rokas, what did you want to say?
I wanted to tell Chica and Geo, if they get in trouble, that they should look for um, Cooper and Droop and deliver a message from us that that's somebody that they can get help from, to tell if they need help, to go tell Droop or Cooper that
Okay.
Icy and Rokas.
Are their protectors?
Yeah,
Yeah. So did
and that,
you want to let Coop and Droop know that too?
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay. So they're not too far from each other, so you're able to go and relay that message, so they're aware of each other now.
okay, good.
Okay. And then did you want to follow Icy to the big tap?
Yes.
All right. Cool. So you get in there and let me check the document. The bouncer Goro's there, and he lets you guys in. It's a pretty sad state in the afternoon. Like it's just like pretty depressing in there. Everyone in there who's drinking in the afternoon looks pretty run down and nasty. Like this is what they spend all their money on. Um and you see some people as you go in. You see some people passed out on outside on the steps and uh, vomit all over their shirts. And inside it's relatively quiet. Everyone's just drinking. They don't look like they're having fun. Um, just looking pretty miserable. It's not a cheerful state. Anybody you want to talk to or do anything?
That's the big tap, right?
Yeah.
The bouncer's name again was
Goro.
Goro. Is it always like this in the afternoon?
Most of the time.
Is everybody so down and depressive and
Well, a lot of people come to drown their sorrows, and in the evenings to get more of the people who want to come celebrate. But yeah, there are customers, so they're
is it
just
something
making
that
their
goes
way.
on all the
What's that?
is this something that's goes on all the time, or is it more so lately?
Mm, it's usually like this, I guess. And he leans
Have,
down. He leans down and puts his hand over the side of his mouth and says, "Between you and me, I don't drink."
good. By any chance know anything about the murders, or have you heard any rumors?
Oh, nothing new.
Is there anybody you could direct us to who might have more information?
Um, so he mentions that Yuna knew some of the people who were killed. And then you guys have already talked to her. Then he mentions that the guy, Will, who was killed most recently, has a friend named Neil who um lives in the Scar somewhere. And he says maybe you could talk to that guy. Also, you guys already have a list of people who you can talk to, which is Una, Terrence,
We've talked to Una.
Turk, and Neil.
Terrence, you said?
Yeah.
So we've talked to Una. And so it's Neil, Terrence, and who?
A guy named Turk. So he doesn't really know about Terrence or Turk, but he knows about Neil, so he mentions that. But
Where
Harbek has
where we
told
might,
you these other people.
do you have any idea where we'd be able to talk with Neil? Or
No
find
idea
him?
where he's set up camp, but he's in the Scar somewhere.
Okay. Maybe we'll go see if we can find him.
how would we identify him?
I don't know. He's just a normal looking human to me.
Does he still come here frequent the bar?
Sometimes, yeah. But usually in the evening.
Okay.
If he comes in while we're here, could you tell him we wanted to talk to him?
Maybe.
I'll throw you
Yeah.
a copper.
Alright. That'll probably help me remember.
Okay. Are you going to give him the copper or am I?
I'll give him
I'll
a
give-
copper now and 2 coppers more if we get to talk to him.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so are you going to give him the copper or will I?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Alright, so he takes the copper. Says, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I'll let you know if I see Neil.
Or Turk or Terrence.
Who are they?
Those are 2 other people. Never mind if you don't know them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Go get a table and sit down.
Okay, so you get a table. Did you want a drink or anything?
Have a coffee.
They do not have coffee.
They have
We'll
tea.
have-
They do not have tea.
They have chai. They got tang.
They have some gruel. Looks about like what you got at the Tierheim Inn.
Oh, no.
And the ale is kind of watered down.
I'll have a watery, nasty ale.
It's 2
I'll-
CP for a ale.
How many?
2 copper.
Okay.
Pay for the first round.
Okay.
That's 4 copper.
So did you want to listen in to people?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, roll a perception check.
14 plus 4, I have 18.
I have 16 total.
Well, sorry to tell you this, but you mostly just hear people burping, vomiting, scratching their asses, and nothing is going on here. It's very boring.
Okay.
You spend about an hour in there, or as long as you guys think you would stomach it.
Okay.
I would guess after 30 minutes you might want to leave.
I'd
Just
like to
because
go back.
it's not very much going on.
I'd like to go back outside and look around and see if the markings have changed or if there are any additional markings outside.
Of the big
Okay.
tap? The big tap, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you look, it's the same.
Okay.
Do you want to go over to the baker's nest and we'll have a look around there?
Yeah,
So
I'd like-
so just so you know, Harbek had told you about those witnesses that he wanted you to interview. So I mentioned them a minute ago.
Yeah.
Okay, let's.
Let
Let's
me
go look
tell
for
you
it.
what you know about them so you can know where to look. So Terrence Goodson will be the easiest to find because you know he is a priest at the Haven, which is a
Okay.
building on the map.
Oh,
Neil is somewhere in the Scar, and Turk is somewhere in Beggar's Nest.
okay. Let's look for.
Set the head.
Okay, you said Terrence was the easiest to find.
Because you can see the Haven right there on the map. Haven of Ilmater.
Turk is at the Beggar's Nest.
Yeah. He's a beggar
Um,
or something.
Yeah. So the Haven is directly south of the Big Tap.
It's across
that's
from the
what's-
Tierheim Inn.
Yeah. We saw it before.
And Neil was the one that Goro was looking for.
Yeah.
Well, he'll let us know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll let you know if you
Okay.
see him in the place.
Yeah. Okay. So
We're off to the Haven.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you
Where
make your
is
way
the
down.
Haven?
It's across from Tierheim Inn.
Directly
Okay.
south of the Big Tap.
Gotcha.
So you get there and you see that it's a rather large open building, and there are lots of mats laid out, and you see lots of what seems to be homeless people sleeping on the mats inside of this temple. And you see a statue of Ilmater, the broken god, who's the let's see, roll a religion check, see if you know anything about Ilmater.
An 18 for religion, because
Okay, cool. And Rokas?
I only rolled a 4. I don't know anything about it.
Yeah. I see you know that Ilmater is a god of suffering and compassion. People who are having a hard time usually pray to Ilmater. And as you come in, you're greeted by a priest, and he says, welcome to the Haven. Are you looking for a place to stay?
looking for information. We have been asked by a lord to look into the murders in this area,
Oh,
and we were told to talk to a fellow by the name of Terrence.
okay, I will lead you to him.
Thank you.
So you go and you see Terrence. He points him out, and Terrence is giving soup to some people who are lined up. And as you get closer, you see the soup is a kind of a brown broth, but it actually smells half decent. Probably better than the stuff that you just saw at the Big Tap.
Yeah.
Terrence, your soup smells very good.
Well, it's modest, but I try to provide the best I can for the people. So how may I help you? So you explain that you want to know about the murders. So let's see. Yeah, anything you want to add?
I'd like to also give you a silver towards your cause.
Okay, we'll take donations.
Okay, I'll give you 1 silver.
All right, I'll put it in the donations box.
Thank you.
There's a box nearby, and he walks over and drops it in there.
Okay, I put one in too.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So you wanted to ask about Janelle?
Yes.
So he lets you know Janelle had been staying at the Haven for about a week. She was kind but shy and didn't seem to have any friends there. She didn't really share much information, but usually came in to sleep during the day and for meals, and stayed out of the Haven at night. and that's about all he knows about her.
Now he found the body, or he just knew her?
He identified it.
Okay, but that was after the fact.
Yeah. Let me see. I think she was found by a citizen.
And just the body was damaged, mutilated.
Yeah, he describes it. Just sounds similar to what you've heard. So just a burned symbol of Tyr, a lot of cuts, and marks from being chained up.
The burned symbol of Tyr.
Yeah.
Did you look at that?
He says when he identified the body, he did see the symbol.
Did it look like the symbol was applied?
I gave you a tracing of it. You can show it to him.
Okay, I'll show him the tracing, but also, and I was going to do that, but what I was asking was, did it look like it was applied at one time, or was it like drawn on with something hot? Did it look like a branding iron?
Okay, yeah, he says from what he could tell, it was an object that was pressed in.
Okay, that's what I was wanting. I'll show him the drawing.
Yeah, he says that looks pretty much like what I remember.
Have you seen anybody or anything that resembles this anywhere else? Have you seen anybody with an object?
He says he doesn't recall any very clear obvious answers to your question. Yeah, I guess, are you pointing out that it's wider than usual, or different shape?
Yeah, that this is explained to him that it's an older style, and
yeah, he says he noticed that he knows that the priests of Tyr carry badges and stuff, but he hadn't really noticed that it was a different shape, so he hadn't noticed that. So he says I'll keep an eye out if I notice.
Yes, and we'll reward you for information that leads to any help with this.
Okay. And
any friends or family? Did Janelle have any friends or family?
No, she didn't seem to have anyone. She was alone.
And they said that she had alcohol. She was drunk. They found that she had been using alcohol.
I don't have any evidence, but she was always out at night, so I don't know what exactly she was getting into, but she might have been trying to raise money in whatever way she can. I'm not sure what she was doing exactly. We don't judge people for that kind of thing, but I wouldn't be surprised if she was a prostitute or something like that.
Thank you very much. We'll be staying at the Bard's Tale. If you need to get a note to us, any information you have, if you contact the cobbler, Cooper, does Cooper and Drooper shoes?
Okay, Coop and Droop.
Coop and Droop, you can get messages to us through them.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
Okay. Else, any more rumblings about the other murders?
People are scared to go out at night now. But that's about all.
Makes sense. Okay.
And obviously, you know, this is the Church of Ilmater.
Sure.
There are some people that have mentioned they, you know, maybe they used to hold the Church of Tyr in high regard, but now they're feeling more comfortable here at the Haven.
Okay. Thank you again.
But the Shrine of Tyr mostly deals with legal disputes and such for the people. Um, but here at the Haven, we take care of those who need assistance with other things like housing, shelter, food, and medical care if it's needed.
Have you heard of the rat? Excuse me, the Rat Pack?
I've heard the name, but I don't know anything about them.
Thank you for the information, and we wish you well with your endeavors.
Thank
You're
you,
doing fine
and thank
work.
you for the donations.
Keep up the
Okay.
good work.
Okay, so he bids you farewell. We can switch back to Harbek.
Well, how about Harold getting down with his note?
Yeah, we can kind of switch to Harold in that I need to know what the note exactly was.
I was going to read it off when he gives it to Lord Neverwinter.
Okay, so
I was planning on
he goes to the Neverember villa, and he's stopped at the door, and the guards take the envelope to give to Lord Neverember. And so tell me what it says.
Okay, so the Lord is opening it up now.
Harold doesn't know because he's made to wait.
Okay.
So just let
So
me know, the DM.
I'm supposed to read the note now, correct?
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay. My lord, as you know, I returned to Neverwinter with my companions after clearing out Wave Echo Cave. As I was not greeted as I thought proper, I presented myself to the Hall of Justice in order to discharge a debt. I've agreed to help solve the recent murders that have occurred in your town, and I'm finding it impossible to enlist the full cooperation of my companions without explaining that saving your life and kingdom are now a part of my endeavors. I will not insult you or Lady Lydia about her integrity, but it is necessary for me to speak to the other two. Yes, they are unrefined and vulgar, and one of them does not understand how to behave in the presence of those of higher station. However, they are loyal, trustworthy, and for commoners, quite clever. However, they are more suited to go into the Freeland district than I. After all, one does not use a war horse to pull a garbage cart. I therefore beseech you to allow me to divulge the full extent of my quest to them. Acolyte Harold, who brings you this message, awaits to convey your answer to me. I must point out that he has been extremely helpful. You and Neverwinter will do well to take an interest in his career. Your humble and obedient servant, Lord Harbek.
Okay. So, Harold is made to wait for a while, but eventually he is given a small envelope, and it has it's sealed in wax with a looks like kind of like a lion's face. And so this is what Harold comes back to present to you. You notice that this is not the seal of Lord Neverember, but it looks similar to the ball that he gave you.
Okay. Okay, now I was supposed to meet him at the, gotta look at it, the Trader George's is where I was supposed to meet him. So did I
Okay,
get there
so
too?
yeah, we can have you be over there.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, you meet Harold at Trader George's, and um he passes this note to you and lets you know that he was waiting outside.
Okay, so I'll break the seal then and read the note.
Okay, I don't have a prepared note to read out, but it basically says that um it's fine for you to enlist the help of your companions, and
Okay.
just to make sure that they are also do it in secret, and
Right.
trying to think, is there anything else? He says that the ball he gave you, the little icon with the lion on it, that's for you to use still, not for others.
Okay.
And he says you should destroy the note.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now, how am I supposed to use this icon?
It's just a symbol that only certain people will know is related to Neverwinter.
Okay, gotcha.
And the seal on the envelope seems to be this secret seal also.
Okay,
Not his normal lordly seal.
gotcha. Okay. Okay, I am going to go to the coach that brought Harold there,
Yeah.
and I'm going to give the coachman 3 coppers.
Okay.
And I'll say one of them, if coppers, is for you to go to the what's the name of the really fancy place that Lady Linnea is staying at?
Linnea has been staying at the Moonstone Mask, as far as you know.
Okay, so go there, give this message to Lady Linnea, which is also sealed, and the other copper is for you to wait for her, and then the third copper is for you to bring that to. I'm going to be at the Trader George's by the time you've done that, so you can bring the message back.
Okay, so you're sending a messenger.
Yeah, for Lady Linnea.
Okay. So he agrees to do that.
And
then you're able to go into Trader George's if you want.
Right.
Anything else you want to do?
Yes, I want to ask Trader George. I'm assuming it's Trader George.
Okay. Let me pull it up first. So you enter Trader George's Provisions, the shop. You see what seems to be a pretty standard general store, with items all around, and you're greeted by a man. He says, "Hello, how may I help you, sir?"
Are you Trader Joe? Or Trader George?
He looks pretty sad, and he says, "My father, George, recently passed away. My name is Gregory."
Ah. I hear recently you've sold some chains.
He says, "Yes, that's correct."
Can you tell me who you sold them to?
So he asks you about it, and you show him your like credentials that you're asking about this for.
Right, and I also show him I'm also showing him the tracings we made so he can see what the links look like.
Yeah, he says that looks pretty similar. Yeah, about the right size of everything. He says the most recent ones were sold to the Black Destrier Stables.
Black Destrier Stables.
Which is nearby. Just down the road near the gate.
Okay, thank you very much. So I will go out, and at this point, I'm going to go to Pookie Jones.
Okay.
And okay, Pookie.
Yes?
And
What do you want, Harbek?
in all of our travels, is there anyone who was dressed as a man, or talking like a man, human man, that was either a human female or not human at all?
So you're asking from smell? Did he think anyone was disguised?
Correct.
Um. He says. Let's see. Trying to think of everyone you've run into. He says, from the smell, I can't really tell anything. It seemed like everybody was normal.
Okay, because you can tell humans from non-humans, correct?
Um, I have not considered this. I guess. I think he would know certain differences. I don't know if he can tell a dwarf from a human, though.
Might be able to tell one of the raven.
Yeah, if it was a raven person or a cat person with different kind of skin types, he might notice that. But most of the races, like elves, humans, dwarves, half elves, halflings, I think they would pretty much smell. They'd have their unique smells of who they are, but I don't think their skin type and everything would be different enough that they smell super different.
Okay, but certainly you can tell males and females. That should be no problem.
I guess that makes sense, yeah.
So, okay, so if you see anything from now on, anytime you come across something that would be that way, let me know, okay?
Okay. Just to let you know, yeah, it's gonna be sort of limited on what he can do, telling, that kind of things. There's gonna, if it's like, some kind of magical thing, or maybe like, yeah, you're not 100% sure how like accurate his smell is gonna be for helping you, basically.
Okay,
Yeah, and the dog can't really explain very well what it can smell.
okay,
But yeah, it says that if it notices anything weird, like a bird person pretending to be a human, he'll try to let you know.
okay. Dogs would smell better than that, but okay.
I
I
mean,
see your
I don't
point.
know.
I see your
As
point. I
the
see your
DM,
point.
I don't know. And also, like, if you're finding, like, for example, we've already met doppelgangers and stuff.
Well, I
Like,
can't argue because I have no idea what a dwarf smells like. So,
Richie
Bad.
seems to think he knows.
It smell bad.
So according to the dog, elves and dwarves smell the same.
right, right.
And like I was gonna
And smell
say,
much better.
a doppelganger who can take on the form of other creatures. I think they probably take on their skin type and smells too, so wouldn't be
Okay,
easy to detect that way. This is something that's not written in the details of the creatures, so I have to kind
right,
of make a
right.
call on that.
Then you can't go.
I
You
yeah,
can't go
and I
low.
don't want to let the dog be too powerful that you can use
Okay,
it to figure out like uh if it's some kind of magical creature or something. But
right.
yeah, I think it makes
Well,
sense for animals that would have different like hair or something like that.
okay,
Okay, cool. So
I'll go with that.
yeah. All right. So the messenger hasn't returned yet. Did you wanted them to come back to the Trader George's, right?
Yes.
So you have to
We'll
wait
have
around for them.
to wait for the messenger. Correct.
Okay, it takes a while.
Okay. Well, you
Um,
want the letter, the message that's going to Lady Linnea?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My dear cousin, I have recently learned that you are still in Neverwinter, and I'm asking for some assistance. Lord Neverwinter is in some danger, and I believe this danger could be tied with the Lord's alliance located in Neverwinter. Because we do not want the perpetuators of this plot to know we are looking for them, we need a cover. Fortunately, I have a perfect excuse to interview the various members of the alliance. As you know, because we cleared out the Black Elf and his minions from Wavefco Cave, we received a 10% share of the mine. The mine is in the process of being opened by Gundren Rockseeker and his brother. At the same time, this area is being exploited by the Alliance. As part owners of the mine, we would obviously want to know what plans the Alliance has. In addition, I can imply that so many dwarves will be moving to Phallandon that the King of Understar is concerned that his subjects are being treated fairly. I therefore ask you to write a letter of introduction stating that I am an envoy from you with instructions to inquire about the present status of the Alliance. Your obedient servant, Harbek.
Okay.
Your cousin.
So there are a couple little issues with the letter, like what Harbek kind of knows. Okay, so first of all, the Gundren and Nundro, who are in control of the mine, they offered you a 10% share in the mine's profits, not in the land.
Right.
So you don't own anything there.
But I
Still
don't
have an
own
interest.
anything, but I'm interested in if
Yeah, that's
somebody's
fine. I just wanted to
interested.
clarify that
Right.
you don't own the land at all.
Correct. Yes, I realize that.
Okay, another thing, you called him the Black Elf, but it's the Dark Elf, and his name was the Black Spider, just to clarify that.
Okay. All right.
And you don't know too much about the Fort Moonstone. So I can't tell you too much, but I don't think you might know that it's a fort. You're not sure how how important the members of the Lord's Alliance are that are stationed there. So you'll have to investigate that more to find out.
This is what I'm planning on doing. I'm just
Yeah.
using the letter as making it easier for me to get in and easier from. I'm sitting around asking questions that they will not be suspicious.
Okay. Um, the driver returns and says that the people at the Moonstone Mass said that Linnea is staying there. But she's not in at the moment, so they have taken the message and delivered it to her room. And
Okay.
that if they said, you know, if Linnea wants to respond, they will have a messenger sent to find you.
Okay.
Yeah, and she knows. Just so you remember, you told her where you're staying when you split up, so you can assume
Yep.
she knows how to get in contact with you.
Right.
Okay, so that's taken care of.
Okay. So let's go to the stables now. Then.
Okay, let's cut back to Rokas, I think.
All right.
So Rokas and Icy, you are leaving the Haven of Ilmater.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, I would like to ask.
Yeah.
Forget the fellow's name. Terrence.
Yeah.
Is there a leather worker in the Scar?
He says probably.
Okay.
There's a lot of shops. I don't know one specifically.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my eye out for a leather worker.
Now, what are you talking about? Leather worker for what?
Somebody who works leather, makes things out of leather.
Droop makes things out of leather.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Okay,
shoes.
those-
They make
All
shoes.
shoes.
Well, I probably make what I need.
Okay. So you want to head to Droop's?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. And you arrive at Coop and Droop. They say hello.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell them first of all that we've added Terrence to the people that might come with information for me, and Icy,
Okay.
and the kids. I need need for you to make me a leather tube with a flared end.
Okay.
And the way you can do it, you can wrap a piece of leather around a rod, and then sew it up and wax it so it'll be waterproof.
Okay, so what's this for?
Well, what I'm going to do with it is make a leather funnel attached to this tube, and I'm going to use it to when I'm pretending to drink later. I'm going to be able to pour my beer into this tube, and it's going to go down into a water.
Okay. I got it. So sort of a cylinder water skin.
The water skin is going to be separate.
Okay, well, anyway, I got your point. You don't need to explain it too much.
Yeah.
Let me find. Let's see. He says he can make that for 1 silver.
No problem. Here's your silver.
Okay. You guys wait around, and it doesn't take him too long to make it, and then you have it.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Cool. Now I just want to let you guys know, I have been cutting back and forth. It seems you've been keeping yourselves busy, but I just want to let you know, if you want to kind of forfeit your time and go to the next day or something, you don't have to, you don't have to find things to do every time I flip to you. If you want to wait till the next day for anything, that's fine. You can do that.
Okay.
So you're at Droop's. Rokas, what do you want to do next? Icy, anything you're looking for?
We make plans to meet up again with Harbek?
I don't remember if you have already done that, but you know where to find him. He knows where to find you guys.
I think we said we were going to meet at the Bard's Tale.
Okay.
In the evening.
In the evening? Okay.
Is that what you remembering, Richie?
Yeah.
That sounds fine to me. You guys can go back to your place in the evening, and Harbek will know you're there anyway.
Is the bard? You said his name was David something.
The bard.
Yeah.
That you talked to, was Bard. Was David something? Yeah, let me.
Other tree.
Well, anyway, yeah.
I wanted to find him.
Okay. That'll be later then. Do you want to do that now?
Okay. Anything else, Icy, that you wanted to do?
We could go looking for Neil or...
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to the Beggar's Nest and see if we can find Turk.
Turk or Neil?
Yeah, okay. Neil's in the scar somewhere, but the scar's really big. And you don't know anything about Neil, so I don't think, even if you roll a nat 20, I don't think you can find him.
Okay.
Yeah, Turk in the Beggar's Nest, you might have better luck, because it's a lot smaller.
Okay, then we'll head up to Beggar's Nest and ask about Turk.
Okay. Roll an investigation check.
I got a 13.
Icy?
I got 11.
Okay. Both over 10. That's not bad. So, yeah, you're able to find... you have to go through a bunch of beggars. So when you arrive at Beggar's Nest, you see it's basically... it seems like it used to be a quite nice neighborhood that's built around this circle. But now, like, all the buildings are in disrepair and half destroyed, and it's just a foul-smelling place full of beggars who, either they don't want to go to Haven or someplace like that, or you see some of them seem to be, have some sort of mental problems. They're like shouting at nothing, and people just drunk, and it's a pretty
It's right.
nasty place. But it's also, you feel sympathy for the people there. That they seem like they're having a hard time in life. And asking around, you're able to find Turk eventually. Uh, are you
What's he
willing to
doing?
give some copper to anybody? Cause that'll
Sure.
make it go faster.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, if you spend about 3 copper,
Yeah.
you're able to find him in about 20 minutes.
Okay. 3 coppers it is.
So finally you find Turk, and you ask him about Jeff, who was killed.
And what's Turk doing when we find him?
He's in an alley, and he's just sleeping. But somebody points him out to you.
Okay, well, gently wake him up.
He's, what? What do you want?
Sorry to bother you, but we have some questions to ask. I understand you either found or identified one of the people that was killed involving the branded
That's right.
Church of Tear killings.
Yeah. You got some money for me?
If you have good information for us, we have good money for you.
Alright. Let me see some of that.
Well, we'll start off. I'll give you a copper for your trouble.
Alright. He takes a look at it and smells it and puts it in his pocket. He says, yeah, Jeff was usually came here during the day.
Did you say Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff. So he says, yeah, Jeff came here during the day usually.
Okay. What sort of person was he?
So you can see he's kind of reluctant to tell you stuff. Let's see. How about whoever wants to like ask him more, you guys can do kind of, let's say, do a persuasion check.
You should do that. I see.
You gave him some money, so
persuasion than
that'll
me.
help you make it a little easier.
I have a 14 for persuasion.
I have a total of 18.
Alright, so Icy's doing a better job at getting him to open up. And so she's asking about Jeff, and he says, Jeff used to pay me to watch him while he was sleeping. And for information on marks.
What sort of marks? Can you
Just
describe?
people he could steal from.
Okay.
So he lets you know Jeff was a burglar, and he would try to get into the Lake District. Then if rich people came over to the if Turk saw rich people who were in the scar or walking back and forth, he would try to see if he could figure out who they were and give Jeff information.
Is a team then?
What's that? A team?
Yes, helping each other.
He says not exactly.
Increase your.
He says that he's not the only one who worked with Jeff, but yeah, he helped him out a couple times.
Okay, I tossed him another copper while he's talking.
Yeah, he takes it.
Do you know who is? Do you know who his most recent victim was before he was murdered?
Um, I
Or
haven't
his
helped him.
target?
I hadn't helped him out for a little while, so I don't know where he got his most recent information from.
Okay. Did he steal anywhere else besides the Lake District?
Yeah, sure. Anywhere he could. But I yeah.
Now, did did Turk find the body or identify the body?
Let me see. He identified it. It was found by. Let me see. Where's that? Yeah, the body was found in an abandoned building near around Beggar's Nest, so it was reported by um someone else nearby. But yeah, another one of the beggars here.
Is this is it close by?
He doesn't know the person who identified it, and I don't think that information was given to Harbek either.
Okay.
But
Do
you
you
guys know the guys who went to the scene got the information from there, so the priests of Tyr went and investigated it.
his body was also branded, and we have a drawing. Have you seen this? We show him the drawing and ask him if he's ever seen anybody with this trinket or badge.
He says, it kind of looks like I seen a priest around. He had two badges. Kind of looked like that.
Can you sort of describe this priest, or do you know his name?
I don't know his name. He was a human male. I don't really remember what he looks like that well.
You've seen him since?
Uh, I've seen him around sometimes.
I throw him another copper. Where did you see him last?
Hmm. Hard to remember, but I think he came into the beggar's nest before.
Were you intimidated by him?
Oh, he didn't really do anything. He's just walking around. But yeah, he had a badge on his cloak, but he had another one on his belt.
Very good.
He had his hood up, so I didn't see him that well.
Very good.
If you come across any information that might be helpful, could you leave a note or with Coop and Droop? They make shoes. They're in the scar. They're friends of ours, and they get the message to us.
Well,
And we will pay you for
okay.
this. Any
I can go
additional
tell him, I
information.
guess. Yeah, I don't know how to write or anything, so.
Okay, yeah, if you could tell them, and then we will pay you for any information you can provide us with. We're looking into the murders.
All right. If it pays, sure.
Yeah, we'll pay you for any information you can provide us with.
If you give us information that leads to us finding out who did it, it'll be more than just a token. It'll be an actual cut in the reward.
That's what I'm talking about. He starts rubbing his hands together.
Probably get you out of this place.
All right. I'll keep my eyes open if I see that guy again.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
If you see him and you can follow him so you know where he goes, that would be great.
Okay.
We can help us identify the guy.
Okay.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
Mm. He goes back to sleep.
Okay.
Of this, Rokas, I had a bad feeling about Carl. I'm kind of wondering if it's him.
Well, we can go back by the tier. The is it a shrine?
Shrine of Tears,
Shrine
the
of
small
Tears.
one. Yeah.
We can go by there in the evening and see if Carl's around, or we can go by there during the day and without making a lot of show of it, we can see if he has that second badge on his belt.
Should we head over to the Shrine of Tyr now, or head back to?
It's sort of on our way if we're headed back into the Protector District.
Okay.
Okay. Let's flip back to Harbek, I guess. So, Harbek, where you were headed to the Black Destrier?
Yeah, and that's close enough. We'll walk.
Okay. Okay, so you go to the Black Destrier stables, and everyone's tending to the horses and everything there. You hear some loud, like, hacking sound, like an axe on wood, kind of, and you hear a bunch of shouting from over there.
Okay. I'll go over and see what the shouting's about.
Okay, so you see a few guys trying to deal with this animal. There is a giant bird with it's like a blue bird with a um wedge shaped beak, and it's slamming its beak into the wood on the side of the stables. And everyone's like trying to get this bird under control. Uh One of the people who stands out there is a brass colored dragonborn.
What do I know about Dragonborns?
Um, they're like mortal, like humanoid dragons that were born of uh, powerful dragons who basically impregnated uh, humanoids with magic, and they are kind of a rare race and often discriminated against. But they're not. They don't have any like evil. They don't actually have any evil presence or anything like that. And you know that Dragonborn, they usually resemble the type of dragon that their ancestry comes from. So what will you do, Harbek?
I nudge someone next to me and ask what the hell's going on.
He says, "Oh, Rogar bought this Axe-beak off of a half-orc, and it started going crazy today." So you can see they're trying to like calm it down. Everyone's all around, but the bird is pretty aggressive.
Okay. Okay, then I ask him, okay, who's in charge of this place?
That'll be Rogar, the Dragonborn there.
Okay. I'll yell out to Rogar then. Is it Rogar?
It is Rhogar.
Hey, I will yell out to Rogar, do you need any help?
Sure. You any good with animals?
No, but I'm pretty strong. I can probably try to hold his body there while you're trying, I'm not sure what you're trying to do.
Well, we're just trying to. It's hacking this beam. we don't like to hack it in half.
Why does it like to hack things? What does it do?
I don't know. It's just I don't know that much about Axe-beaks. I thought
Would
if
you?
I bought it, I thought it was gonna, it's a rare mount that I thought I could sell it for a high price. It was pretty calm all day yesterday after its previous owner left, but then today it started getting aggressive.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to hold his head while you grab his body, and then let's try. Most birds, if you put something over their head, like a sheet or something, so it's dark, that'll calm them down. You want to try doing that?
Okay. Um.
So I'll throw a horse's blanket over his head, and then you try to grab his body, okay?
All right. I think that's generally enough knowledge that Harbek might know something like that. So, um, yeah, sure. You wanna do? Hmm. I'm trying to think if we should do a roll for throwing up cloth. It seems a little.
Athletics.
No, that would be dexterity. Throwing stuff is usually dexterity. Yeah,
Okay.
let's just do a dexterity check.
Okay. Not very good at it, but we'll see what happens. 16 plus minus 1, 15.
Okay, yeah, you managed to get the cloth over his head. And then what did you want to try to do?
And then have a dragon guy to try to um, uh, grab his wings and such, get the body down, so then we can get him into a cage.
Okay. So yeah, they can try to put him into a smaller cage to kind of restrain him.
Right.
Okay, cool. So you do an athletics strength check with advantage because he's gonna help you.
First one is 1 plus 8, 9. Thank goodness I have another roll. 5 plus 8, 13.
13. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, you overpowered it. You're able to, because you got the cloth over it. Um, you're able to overpower it instead of calming it down. Um, it's a bit confused with the cloth over its head, so you're able to get it over into a different part of the stables where they have a smaller enclosure to keep it restrained more. So he thanks you. Oh, thanks a lot. That was a good idea. My name's Rogar. He puts out his hand for a handshake.
And I will shake it
All right.
very lightly.
All right.
And this is a that's something I normally do.
He says, what can I do for you since you helped me out so much, dear?
Well, I've been told you bought some chains recently.
Oh yeah.
And you
He's
told
he
me,
takes out he's like chaining the enclosure of this bird closed with a chain.
okay. So this is all the chains that you have bought. You're not missing any?
Uh why do you ask? So you can,
Because,
if you want to let him know, you don't have to go through it.
okay, I'll let him know.
Okay, so he's interested in helping you, so he goes and checks all of the chains and makes sure they have the right number, and they do. They have chains for every a bunch of the different doors and enclosures and things have chains. And
Okay.
he checks out the number and it's correct.
Okay, so this is a dead end.
Yeah, it seems to be a dead end.
Okay.
But he does mention that he sells saddles and studs and mounts horses, and if you want to buy that bird, he'd be happy to sell it to you.
No, one of my comrades works with animals a lot better than I do. I'll mention it to her, see
Okay.
what she thinks.
And so out of game, Harvey, you had mentioned that you were looking for some saddle or saddlebags for your dog before. That's
Yes.
something he can sell you.
Oh, okay. Didn't realize that. Yes, I would like to buy some saddlebags for my dog.
So they have kennels nearby as well with some dogs. So he said it's pretty rare that they're used for riding, but there are some halflings and such who do that.
Well, I would think too that bags for ponies would work just fine for
Yeah, but
something the size of a mastiff.
they actually have stuff for the dog specifically.
Okay.
So the uncommon animals saddles are a little more expensive.
Right.
So, if you just want a pack saddle and then saddlebags, let's see.
Should be able to just get saddlebag without the saddle, right?
Yeah, but you need the bag. You need the saddle to hold the bags on. Basically, you need something to keep the bags on.
Could have a harness for that separate.
I guess so, but
For about half what a saddle would cost.
here we go. Mounts and vehicles. Okay, saddlebags cost 4 gold. The saddle for the dog would be for the cheapest saddle would be 7 gold. And yeah, I guess you can get a harness kind of thing for, we'll say, 4 gold.
What does that come to total?
So if you just want the harness and the bags, that'll be 8 gold.
Okay. I will do that then and put it on Pookie.
And he also says that they have barding studded leather armor for dogs. That's 100 gold.
Okay, we'll take it.
Alright, 100 gold for studded leather dog armor.
How does that work as far as the dog stats go?
Yeah, let me see. So in the book, it's the same as normal armor. It says it makes your armor class 12 plus your dex. So his
Okay.
AC would be 14.
Yeah, I guess it says dexterity 14.
What's his AC standard?
AC standard 12.
Okay, so he gets plus 2 to his AC.
12 plus 2. Okay.
Yeah. So he's a little bit harder to hit.
Right. So his armor class is now 14.
Yeah, you have to keep track of that because
Right.
there's nowhere for us to add that on anything.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, so you can write it in your equipment, I guess, that you have dog barding, and then just make a note that it's 12 plus 2, which is 14.
Right. I'm keeping stuff he has on a separate piece, if that's all right.
That's fine to me.
Okay.
I don't really check your equipment and stuff. Okay, cool.
Good.
So you got some stuff for Pookie Jones.
Yeah.
And is that all you wanted to do there?
I want to show him the ask him if he knows about anything about the murders, and show him the with the chains, and say, does anyone else have chains like this that you know of that's had up them recently?
Yeah, he mulls it over and you guys chat a bit about it, but he doesn't really give you any useful information.
Okay, and I've shown him the symbol as well, the brand.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know much about any of that stuff.
Okay. In that case, then I think I shall. All right, it's getting sort of late now, so I'll give Harold, tell him, give him a copper so he can take a carriage back, and I will take a carriage back to the Bard's Tale.
Okay, cool. So you'll stay there until your meeting with Rokas?
Correct.
Okay, cool. So let's flip back to Rokas and Icewe. You just finished at Beggar's Nest. Do you want to fast forward till your meeting with Harbek? Or anything else you want to do?
I'm okay with that. How about you, AC?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say by the time you meet in the evening, you wanted to meet for
Well,
dinner.
actually, we were going to the Shrine of Tyr on our way.
Okay, you want to pass by there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just want to check and see if
Okay. It's like getting near to dinner time, I guess. That's when you're gonna meet Harbek.
Mm-hmm.
So um yeah, it's getting dark, but it's still the sun is still up. And yeah, you get over to the Shrine of Tyr. Okay, so you meet you see Reginald, who you met before, and he seems to be alone. He says hello again.
Reginald,
Yes.
how are things going for you?
Fine. We had a few legal disputes today about people arguing about their wares and such over in the scar, but nothing too serious.
What were
And where?
What were they arguing about?
Oh, it was nothing really interesting. Just some people said one group said they were uh, overcharged for something, and someone else said that they got ripped off, and this kind of thing.
Where were they getting this trouble?
He just tells you. I'm just giving it flavor. It's not important.
Okay. Okay.
Today.
But he lets you know the answer to that.
Is the Bard Dave around?
What? You're at the Shrine of Tyr, not at the Bard's Tale.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is who's at the shrine?
Just Reginald, so far.
Okay. Um okay.
That's why I was talking about the legal disputes. That's what he deals with.
Gotcha.
Is Carl coming back on for the evening shift?
We don't really have shifts. He just shows up sometimes. I'm the one who's running the shrine, so we have a couple priests who come in.
Who besides Carl?
There's also Arvid. He's a dwarf.
Do you know if Carl has more than one badge of Tyr?
I mean, he might, but he just has the one on his cloak that I have noticed.
Okay.
Why?
Somebody told us that they had seen a priest with a cloak, and they had a badge on their cloak, and then they had a badge on their belt.
Well, I didn't notice that before.
Okay. For that, and have a good evening.
Oh, okay.
And could you keep an eye out to see if you see any of your priests with a second badge?
Okay.
Do we notice if he has a belt with a badge on it?
He just has a badge on his tunic.
Okay.
But on his belt, no.
Okay.
He's not wearing a cloak, so it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
If you find out any information, can you pass it on to Coop or Droop, and they will get the message to us?
I'm sorry, but I'm busy with my responsibilities here. I can't really do that.
Okay. You heard anything more about the murders?
Nope.
Okay. Are you involved at all in the investigation of that?
Not that much. I'm mostly dealing with smaller issues. Yeah,
Okay.
there's
Well,
plenty of other little things going on to keep me busy.
okay. Well, we'll just check in with you from time to time.
That's fine.
Okay. We're off to go have supper.
All right. Well, bye bye.
And then I guess we'll go back to Bard's Tale.
Okay. So, uh, you go to the Bard's Tale and you finally meet up with Harbek. You meet Harbek and he's got his table again, and you're led over and they ask you if you want a meal. Harbek, they also ask you if you want a meal.
I don't like the food here. I'll wait and go to the proper place that I'm staying at.
They have
Okay.
good ale.
I'll have an ale.
Okay, you get the ale and the food comes out. Oh yeah, sorry. Rokas and Icewe, do you want a meal?
Sure.
Okay, let me pull up the prices again.
Ale's 5 coppers. I remember that.
Yeah, ale is 5 CP. A meal is 5 silver pieces. Have you? I don't remember if Rokas and Icewe, have you been paying for lodging per night?
I don't.
We've
remember.
only been here 2 nights, and
Yeah.
I think we paid the first night, but I don't know about the second night.
Okay.
That sounds right.
So it's 8 silver per night. So let's have you pay those.
Shelby,
Okay.
still have lots of money.
Yeah. Okay, so the meal comes out and it is very good looking. It's like they've got some chicken, like chicken leg and chicken breast with rice and some vegetables. And there's some potato, like baked potato as well. It smells really
Sounds
good.
good. It's making me hungry.
Harbek, roll a Constitution check.
A Constitution check.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. 16 plus 3, 19.
Okay, your stomach does not growl. You're able to withstand the yummy smell. It doesn't bother you. You don't get the urge to eat.
I don't eat with low class.
Apparently,
I can barely handle
this
the one I'm at.
delicious food is not enticing you with that 19.
Even though Rokas and Icewe are smacking our lips and
Yeah.
I'm next to an elf.
This is so good.
So you guys
I'm
are
next to an
chowing
elf.
down, and
Next
he's
to an elf. Don't
lifting
take my
up his
appetite
nose.
away.
Yeah.
This is so good.
Tasting meal I've had in weeks.
Oh.
Okay, so you eat and drink, and then it's time to get down to discussing what to do next. So let's see
Now
what let's have everybody check in what they're thinking about. So let's start with Icy. How about you?
Hello. Hope you've had a good day. We met with.
So you don't have to tell what you actually did, but give us your takeaways basically. Like, what's your opinion of what you should do next, or if there's anything you learned, is there some opinion you have of it?
We found that there was a priest who had 2 symbols of Tyr.
Icy has said that they found out that there was a suspicious priest of Tyr with 2 badges in the beggar's nest. That's the thing you wanted to mention?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Anybody
has
have
2 badges?
Yeah.
I was intrigued to hear Harbek's story about the Axe-beak.
Yeah, did you share that? Would you have shared all that stuff with them?
Yes.
Okay.
Matter of fact, I was going to ask Icy. She knows about animals and such. If she knows anything about axe-beaks.
She knows a little bit, and Rokas also probably might know. So you guys can roll a nature check.
I got a 9 plus nothing. No, plus 3. So a 12.
Okay.
And I have a total of 14.
Can I roll a nature check too then?
No, because you don't know about this creature
Okay.
really.
Okay.
You lived your life in a mountain. You spent most of your life underground. So yeah, Rokas had a friend who was an orc, and he knows that orcs like to ride axe-beaks, but they're quite cantankerous. Icy knows that they are about as big as a horse. Not they're quite a bit more sturdy than something like an ostrich or something. Um,
They're not a flight bird.
yeah, it's basically like I think. Well, let me get. I think I can get a picture of one for you.
But you would ride one on the ground, not in the air.
Yeah, that's right.
I know ostriches are really fast.
Yeah, these are not really like ostriches though. They're more like I forgot the name of the prehistoric.
I'm just saying that we had an emu at the ranch, and that thing was impossible to catch on horseback. We couldn't herd him.
But they're still medium sized creatures still. But yeah, its back is about as wide and tall as high up as a horse. These are pretty beefy birds.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You said it was
Where is
gigantic.
that? That's not. It's the same size as a horse, a large beast.
Yeah.
Speed is 50 feet. I think. I'm not sure if that's faster. Let me look at warhorse. Ponies are 40 feet.
It's faster than a pony.
Warhorse is 60 feet.
Okay.
So it's 50 feet for an Axe-beak. So they're pretty fast, but not super crazy. But you know that they can attack with their beak, and it's pretty strong. So
Okay.
out of game, it does a beak attack from an Axe-beak is 1d8 plus 2 damage, slashing damage.
So if you're riding one, will it attack things that you're after?
Yeah.
Okay.
Warhorse has a hoof attack. It can kick for 2d6 plus 4.
Wow.
Trying to find the darn horse, but I can't find him in the book.
Anyway, just so you guys know that they're pretty.
What's the axe-beak slashing again?
I have to scroll up and down to find these things. So let's see,
Like
1d8 plus 2.
Okay. So the warhorse is actually potentially more dangerous. That's good.
Yeah, but that's for kicking, so it'd have to be in the right position, kind of. The Axe-beak could like run at something, and
Actually, a horse can kick in any direction.
I mean that's true. I'm thinking.
Trust me, they can kick anyway. They can kick sideways.
I didn't think of that, but you're right.
Yeah.
Warhorses.
People think they can't kick to the side. That's bull. If
Oh.
they want to, they can.
All right.
Warhorses, which would cost a fortune, were
Yeah, a
probably
real warhorse would.
as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the guy that was riding them.
Yeah.
They'd bite, kick. They were trained to be.
Yeah. Let me see how it is in this.
A trained warhorse cost a fortune. If you look at the medieval.
And I've seen a horse kick sideways with their back leg, and it was like sounded like if you took a sledgehammer and swung it as hard as you could.
So
What
in
it sounds like.
in D&D, a riding horse costs 75 gold, and a war horse costs 400 gold.
Yeah.
That's
So I
about
think,
right.
yeah, for the average person, that is unattainably expensive.
Yeah.
But it's not
Okay.
super
Now,
crazy actually compared to some other things you can buy.
Yeah.
they want, they're talking about us going down into the sewer, and certainly with the tentacles coming out, that's a concern.
Yeah.
But also, it looks to me looking probably somewhere between the in about 2 days, 3 days, there's going to be another murder too. So which do we want to tackle first?
Well, it sounds like we've got time to go down in the sewer. We've already interviewed everybody but Neil.
Um, okay.
We won't have time this session, but
Yeah.
I,
I'm not real. I'd like to have some way of being able to check out Carl while we're down there somehow too. Could
well,
you get?
we've got the kids and people looking out for him.
Okay, so maybe tomorrow morning then you can try to get someone on Carl's tail, see what he does, and also if they notice he's got that thing on his belt. You could do that in the morning, and then after you've done that, we go down and see what's in the sewer.
Sure.
What do
And
you think, Icewe?
I wanted to see if I could find this bard.
You can do that tonight, though, right?
Ford
Well,
was here at this right here where we are, isn't he? Doesn't he sing at our establishment?
That is where you met him before.
Okay.
But I'm just trying to let you guys get through your Is there anything else you want to do with your meeting before you start talking to NPCs? Sounds like you got you want to look after more sorry. You want to look into the Neil, that's all, and try to tail Carl maybe?
Yeah.
Because you haven't specifically sent someone to like follow him.
No, but we can.
And yeah.
Neil's the one that's hard to find, right?
Yeah, he's been the hardest to find so far.
So you can have somebody tailing Carl, and then somebody else
looking for
Neil.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. And then you guys said you are interested in going to the sewers?
Well, we're discussing it because
Okay.
there's going to be a murder fairly soon. So I'm not sure if we want to try to get something done there before another murder, or do we want to go down into the sewer?
We should be able to clear the sewer out in a day. So if we go in first thing,
I don't want to tell you like how long something would take, but I think you know that you'd be able to like, go down and look around and you could get out of the sewer whenever you want, pretty much, unless something goes wrong.
We'll just spend a day in the sewer and then resume what we're doing in our investigation. With any luck, we can clear out one day.
Okay, yeah, and I can have Harold look around for some. I'm still looking to see who could have done the change, so I can have Harold try to do that while we're doing it.
Also, you can have Pookie Jones check out the stables and see if
I was going to take Pookie Jones down with us.
I know, but I'm saying at some point, Pookie Jones should check the stables and see if there's any indication that any human blood smell like that place. If that was where they were chaining people up, even if that's not, the chains aren't missing or anything, that may be the place that they do it.
Oh, we can try that. Although I would think in a place like that, you have people getting hurt and stuff like that all the time. But yeah, we can try it. Couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good idea.
But I wanted to find the bard.
Okay.
All right. So you got there for dinner, and as you're eating and having your meeting, you see the female half-elf bard come up on stage, who you saw the first time you came to the Bard's Tale. And she's singing a song about a hero named Seraphim. And let's have you guys can roll a history check to see if you've heard of this guy.
History. I got 17.
Okay.
Total of 13.
7 plus 4, 11.
Okay, everybody's over 10.
Who is she
Hold.
singing about?
Yeah, hold on. I gotta pull up something. The bard is singing the Ballad of Seraphim, and the song talks about how he is the last Eladrin, which is a kind of elf that was from the Feywild. So it's kind of the ancestor of the elves that live on this planet now. And this hero claims to be the last living Eladrin elf. And the song talks about how he fought the Red Wizards of Thay, and he works for the army of the Aglarond Trading Company. So you guys have heard of this guy before. He's quite famous. He's said to be like 7 or 8 feet tall, and he fights with a huge great sword, and he's also a famous duelist who has competed in, you've heard lots of different numbers, like 80 or 100 duels. I think Rokas, because he's an elf, you might have more interest in him. And also Harbek might have some interest in him because he was an instrumental war hero in taking down the Red Wizards of Thay, who are famous necromancers from the east who threatened the west.
And maybe doing it again, from what we have learned.
Yeah, and so yeah, she's singing a song about this famous hero who's still alive, a living legend.
What's this half dwarf's name? The singer?
It's a half elf.
Half elf, rather.
We don't have half dwarfs for some reason.
Sheila.
Sheila is the barmaid. The singer is Lashana Nifikwi, and she's the one with the beret that I showed a picture of before.
Oh, I thought that was the barmaid.
Nope.
Yeah, I did too.
Nope.
Okay.
She's much too finely dressed to be a barmaid.
Okay, you're right.
She's wearing wealthy level clothes.
When we get a chance, I'd like to talk to her.
Okay, so she finishes that song.
Tell the maid we'd like to buy her a drink.
Okay, and after she finishes her set, she does a few other songs about she seems to like doing songs about historical things. So she sings some other ones that you guys are familiar with. And yeah, after she's done, she comes down and the barmaid lets her know that you've invited her, and she comes over to the table. She says, "Hello."
Hello. So, do you know that Lady Linnea here in town has been on adventures and probably is worthy of a ballad?
Oh, Lady Linnea.
Yes.
She's the cousin of our friend Harbek here, Lord Harbek.
Oh, good evening, my lord.
Good evening.
And she was instrumental in clearing out the ruffians in Phandelver. She made an amazing heroic throw of a morning star that the whole town saw swing down and lay waste to one of the retreating red bards before she went into
Red brands.
red brands before she attacked and cleared out all the bugbears and the a terrible one-eyed monster in the bowels of the manor.
Okay, so
And
you tell her all about Linnea's
exploits.
exploits, and did you want to also
And
talk about you and everybody who went through the mines and the dragon and all that stuff?
yeah, and one amusing episode where we were attacked by an owlbear, and Harbek was all upset because I had suggested we camp near the woods, but we were out in the open, and the owlbear came, and everybody hit the owlbear, and until it got up and dropped, and except for Harbek, he managed somehow to be the only one that didn't get to hit the owlbear.
All right. So you're telling your story. Let's have you do a performance check to see how well you tell it, and if you make it sound very interesting to her, because
Okay.
she has heard many stories.
Performance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a -1.
Yeah, because
So,
you're not charismatic, right?
yeah, but I rolled an 18, so
All right. So it's a 17.
yeah.
Okay. You keep her interest, and she's listening to all your stories.
Then
And Icy, did you wanna add any tales that you liked?
Yeah, we've just been fighting for the last little while. We've been on quite an adventure. We've had many adventures and slain dragons and
Well, you didn't
and
slay the dragon. You chased it
well,
off.
no, but
we
we've sent him packing.
Well,
we
so
sent him.
I see you want to tell her about the dragon. It can have you roll to see how well you tell the story.
Okay, so it's a total of 15.
Okay. So not quite as high a roll as Rokas, but it's still 15 still good. So yeah,
Oh,
she's interested in the story, and she takes note, and she seems
and
pretty engaged.
how about when Icy blasted the wraith magician with her magic missiles, gave him like 30 freaking damage.
Okay, you told her about that too.
And
Harbek,
the black
you're listening to them talk about all your exploits. Do you have any interest in sharing any from your point of view?
Nope,
Nope.
I don't brag. I don't brag.
Really? Okay. So
He was our shield maiden.
well, anyway, so yeah, you guys did a pretty good job of entertaining her with your
And the
stories.
black spider, that was an exciting episode.
Okay, cool. So you spend a while going through all your stories, and since you guys rolled decently, she sticks around to listen to them all. And yeah, so after a while, you guys finish, and anything else you want to talk to her about or ask her?
We're all investigating the murders. We're adventurers and we're trying to get the reward. Have you heard anything about the murders or?
She tells you what she's heard, but it's nothing new.
Um, are there any interesting patrons that come here that maybe we should talk to?
She thinks about it for a while, and she just tells you about a couple of the more wealthy customers, but it doesn't sound like anything that's of use to you.
Okay, and while we're here at the Bard's Tale,
Yeah.
drinking, I want to get that tube out that I got from Droop,
Yeah.
and I want to practice. I want to run the tube down through my tunic, and put the end of it into my water skin,
Yeah.
and practice pretending to drink and pouring my drink into the flap of the funnel-like opening of the tube, so it looks like I'm drinking, but I'm actually pouring the beer down into the tube.
Okay, so I think that is a kind of complex action that
That's why.
it's sort of a
That's why I wanted to.
performance in that you're
That's why I
trying
wanted
to.
to practice it.
I know. I'm trying to explain how you're gonna do it, so be quiet.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, the acting part would be a performance check, and actually
Okay.
doing it would be a dexterity check. You
Okay.
can do it as a sleight of hand if you want.
Sleight of hand would be good.
If you have proficiency in that.
I do.
Okay, so first, do the performance check as you're pretending to bring it to your lips, but not actually.
Okay, that's 8.
Okay. Everybody, let's see. Everyone do a perception check.
A what check?
Perception check.
I got 11.
Well, you don't need to
Plus-
perceive yourself.
Okay.
Sorry.
You said everybody.
I did. That's true.
Total is 16.
Okay.
Oh, this is now. What check am I doing?
Perception.
Perception. Nat 20. -1, 19. I don't know how that works.
Okay, everyone notices that you're not drinking this drink.
Okay.
Let's do the dex to see if you pour it on yourself.
Dexterity. There it is. +7. 18.
Yeah, so you pretty deftly pour it into your fake thing. But everyone saw you doing something weird.
Yeah.
And then
Play with yourself down there, huh?
I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
You
Then
need to raise the collar.
the bard is like raising her eyebrow like, what is this?
Someone needs to show them how to whack off.
Can I use that same well, I can do a sleight of hand. I want to pick Harbek's pocket.
Okay, you can try that.
Rolled a 15 with sleight of hand +4. 19.
All right, Harbek, do a perception check to. You're trying to do it without him noticing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're supposed to. I didn't want to do it that way, but okay.
I think he's
She's
practicing.
Yeah, it's not okay. 4 plus 1, minus
Ha!
1, 3.
So you didn't. Harbek didn't notice. Let's see. Icy and the Bard if they notice. The Bard did not notice. She got a nat 1.
Perception again?
Yeah, perception.
12 plus 4 is 16.
And your sleight of hand was 19?
Yeah.
Okay, nobody saw you do it.
Okay, the problem here is.
Well, no, I'm gonna hand Harbek back his purse and tell him he should be more attentive of his possessions.
Okay. He's teasing you there.
Right.
Because he was making fun of my my clumsy drinking.
Okay, cool. So Harbek, how do you react to being handed your own money purse?
I was just pretending not to see.
So Rokas thinks, I am good at this.
Well, you had better not lift anything from us for real.
Okay,
and
now.
So you've also found that the difficult part for you in this pretending to drink stuff is the actual acting part.
Yeah.
You're not very good at that.
Yeah.
You need to bring the funnel up by your neck, like raise your collar and have the.
Well, that's why I was practicing to see if I could come up with a good way of doing it.
Yeah, but I think you need to bring the funnel end up closer to where your mouth is, but be hidden by your collar of your cape.
Well,
your
if I pulled my hood up, I could do it.
I think so, yeah. I think you need to refine how you do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I need to have my hood up.
All right. Harbek wanted to say something. Sounded like.
Okay. Well, I do at some point want it to appear that Richard has, or Rokas rather, has lifted something from me.
Yeah.
But I wanted the little materials that we have and such. I want it to be something that's not terribly valuable.
Okay. So you emailed me about the objects, so let's have you appraise them now.
Okay.
Jade frog.
I got all right.
They're not. You already know that they're all less than 100 gold, so you probably wouldn't. It's probably fine for you to just do this here. So let's have you roll an investigation check.
Like for each one at a time, or
I'll do it as a group this time.
As a group, okay. And so I do under investigation.
Yeah, investigation.
Okay. 13 plus 1, 15.
15? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So you got an accurate idea of the values. When you go to sell them, we'll just say that you know the correct price now.
Okay.
So I'm not gonna go through and tell you all of them right now.
Okay.
The one that's around the price range you want is the malachite gems. They are 15 gold each.
Okay.
That's the closest to 20. Okay, so that's what we'll end it at that point.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Today we finally had Harbek got the first combat encounter of this adventure. So one hit on another creature. So that was something.
He wrestled an Axe-beak too.
That's true, but that wasn't a combat encounter.
Okay.
He had to roll initiative and use his sword today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll cut it for today, and I will talk to you guys next week. make sure to email each other about your plans. And
I can.
yeah, if you have any questions, you can email me. And that's about
Okay.
it.
Very good.
Okay, talk to you guys next time.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right,
Bye.
bye-bye.
Bye.